trying to make a movie here, how I make things. This is my cabinet shop, and this is the Kreg setup. I'm making a corner cabinet for the kitchen. This is where we drill these Kreg holes. It's got a vacuum attachment hooked to it, so when you drill with a drill, it sucks all the chips up in there. These holes have already been drilled. I'm going to show you how this thing is put together. Over here are the side pieces, which have been previously made, and here we have a Kreg clamp that's an aid in putting the thing together. This is the screwdriver or driver that's used to drive in the Kreg bits. And these things are specially made screws. Let me show you how one's put in here. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job holding the camera and trying to drive the bit at the same time, but anyway, you get the idea how it works. Let's see if I can get the thing in there correctly. It doesn't want to fit for some reason. That's because I'm on the camera here and trying to hurry things up, but it's not working. Here, let's try it this way. Well, the reason was is I'd already driven the screw in there previously and didn't realize it. Here, I'll show you how the second screw is driven here. Well, enough of that. Okay, I'm going to try this with a tripod, showing you how these things are put together. I got one side on there already of the cabinet. This cabinet will stand up in the corner. These pieces will extrude up above, so one side faces the stove and the other side faces the sink, and there'll be other cabinets added onto it. You take this clamp and stick it down in the Kreg holes, and you got to rotate it around so it hangs over the edge to get it to fit down flush. So you got to flush this thing up, make sure the edges are nice and square. And you grab your handy dandy Kreg screws out of your apron pocket. Hi, how you doing? And drive these suckers in there. And it's a pretty quick way of assembling cabinets. I like this Kreg thing. It's saved me a lot of time making fancy joints. There we got the bottom hook to it. You remove the clamp because it's taking up the space in one of the holes, and put the final screw in. Now I've got to add the top piece onto it. I think the easiest way to do that would be to turn it sideways like this. Best way of doing it. Anyway, I'm going to cancel this video now because I've got a screwed up mess here. Got some bad joints. Alright, that was kind of a disaster there. I'm going to show you why that happened. When I drilled these Kreg joints, I had my setting wrong. I had it set for 1/2 inch wood. And they didn't, those joints didn't go in there deep enough. If you look at those compared to these over here, they're not in very deep, and those screws weren't in all the way. Consequently, here's a better picture of what the screw looks like. It didn't go through all the way into the wood. So what I've got to do is take disassemble these side pieces and re-drill those with the proper screw setting at 3/4 of an inch instead of 1/2 inch. That's an explanation of why everything fell apart. Alright, we're back to repairing this thing. I'll show you why that setting was wrong. This bit here is set for 1/2 inch. There's a little Allen screw in there, and you slide this collar up and down. There's a gauge on the Kreg jig that shows you where to set them. But I used this drill instead of this one by mistake. I have one set for 1/2 inch, another one set for 3/4 of an inch, so I can swap them out easily without having to redo it. So anyway, to show you how these holes are drilled, these are the pieces of the thing that fell apart a while ago. I take the old screws or the screws out of there, but it's going to give me a hard time, so bear with me here. There, get the old screws out. Then you set this thing in the jig, and I'm going to have a problem here lining these things up, so I'm going to figure out how to line them up, and I'll shut the camera off for now. Alright, what I had to do was draw some alignment lines on there. You can see where I put a line at the center of that thing in order to deepen these holes up. We'll line those up with the staircases on the Kreg jig. Got the vacuum running here, so it's up the kitchen. Just drill them like that. So now you can see how that hole goes in deeper than this one hasn't been drilled. So anyway, that's basically how you fix a screwed up Kreg hole. Alright, after fumbling around repairing these things, I finally got this thing set up to where I can put it together. That's actually the bottom of it, and this is the top of it. And I got the clamp already in place. So there's one screw down. Another one down. Move the clamp. Put the third screw in there. Alright, that's one side of it. This is the corner cabinet, and this is the piece that will fit outwards, and there will be a lazy Susan in the center of that. It's from the seam room there on the wall. Get this thing turned around here and lined up so I can get the Kreg clamp on there to hold it in place nice and tight while I put the screws in there. We need to add a little glue in here to make sure it stays together after we put it together. Don't want the thing falling apart. I use one of these precision gluers that's filled with will-hold glue, the cabinet bond type. Push that back together like that. Come over here and get the clamp. Gotta get it on the edge there so it overhangs just a little. It has to be secure down in the hole once it's in the hole. That works better. That's what she said too. Alright, enough humor for today. Put these three suckers in there. Okay, there we have the beginnings of a corner cabinet. Sit in the corner of the kitchen like that. There'll be a door on this. This is actually the top of it. So it'll be flipped over. There'll be another cabinet attached to this side, another one attached to that side. So it'll make a nice corner unit with a Lazy Susan in the center.